What are the skills required to thrive in the era of digital procurement? This is something which I've been looking into quite closely recently because I've been asked to speak on a number of occasions, most recently at a Procurement Innovation Conference hosted by Walmart International. And we really want to look at what are the skills that CPOs need to focus on when it comes to hiring and training their people for them to thrive in this era where technology can do so much for procurement and supply chain. And we came up with some really interesting information. So the first thing that we need to think about is a thing called digital literacy. That is our broad ability to navigate our way around the digital world. And that's actually applicable in our personal lives as well as our business and professional lives. It's not a particular specialism in any area. It's just the general ability to use digital tools, the internet, and all those other online resources to help us. Technological proficiency is the next area. That's more of a deep specialism in a particular capability. So in procurement terms, you might think about analytics. That is highlighted in some recent research as a key skills gap in the procurement world. So having a technological proficiency in advanced data analysis, manipulation, interpretation, that is a skill set that is really desirable for the future of procurement. You would argue it's desirable for the now, currently as well. But that's an example of technological proficiency, which is really, really important in procurement and indeed many other professions, of course, as well. And then another example is in this era of Gen AI. Last year, all the talk around the solutions and at BPW and other events was about the application of Gen AI. The ability to truly understand the capability, how it works, what its potential is. And from there, once you've got an understanding of AI, people have got a real knowledge of it, can start to understand the potential with automation, potentially build an automation strategy. And that, again, is a very desirable area of technological proficiency. There are many other skills that are sort of digital skills, if you will, that are really important. Cybersecurity springs to mind as another example, and there's a whole list that you can find online if you're interested. But they're the core areas that really have been highlighted in my research that CPOs and other leaders need to be focusing on in terms of that training, development, and hiring into their teams. But we mustn't lose sight of the complementary skills, the skills that go with the digital skills. These are human-centric skills that complement what the tech can do, because arguably the tech can't do this yet. So I'm thinking about critical thinking, which is obviously very, very important on the analytics side in particular. But any source of information you're getting from tech, you've got to be able to analyze it in a very sophisticated fashion. And then other human traits like creativity, curiosity, the ability to experiment, they're all very important. And then the communication, your stakeholders, your suppliers, also with AI. What about how you're going to communicate with the AI tools? Because if you've not got some sort of business case going already about how you're going to bring AI into your business, you're already behind. What are you waiting for? Certainly in procurement and supply chain, the leaders are already really looking very, very carefully at what they're going to do with it. And there's some great use cases out there already. And then, you've got other qualities. For example, workforces are changing. How are your leaders going to lead in a new environment in the second half of this decade, for example? So we mustn't lose sight of all those human-centric skills as well. So as you can tell, it's something I've put a lot of time and effort into. It's something I'm keen to talk about more, and I expect to be presenting on it later on this year in a number of events. So if you want to learn more about some of my findings or you want to discuss it, I'd love to hear from you. You can get me on LinkedIn, of course, or you can find my contact details on everydayler.com. Love to hear from you. Thank you.